Your flag assignment is still due on a day. It's just unclear when that day would be. What I'm going to request is that it's turned in at some point over our 3 weeks off. Because today was going to be your last in-class work day anyway. That's not me assigning something that wasn't already due, so that's totally fair play there. So what I've put up is a bucket on the Google Classroom. It says flag/social justice project. And for you folks, it kind of looks like this. It's got the 2 rubrics, whether you did a flag or if you did a social justice. Obviously, you only had to do one. It was your choice whether you did a flag or a social justice flyer. But here you'll see there's a template that's been put up, and each of you should have a copy of this template. And I ask you to do a couple things in this template, and I just wanted to talk about those things. The first thing I'm asking you to do is to include a screenshot of your code. I recommend using the snipping tool if you're on a Windows PC. If you're done with your flag today, you could do this part today. I've got instructions on how to use the snipping tool. It's built into everybody's computer. It's a pretty easy tool to use. I'll just demonstrate how to use it really quick. If I've got my code here, and you need to make it readable, and keep in mind I'm rapidly aging, so make sure the font is large enough so I can see it. If that means you have to make multiple screenshots, then you got to make multiple screenshots. But notice I got my code here with its white space and its comments and all that stuff. With the snipping tool, you can just click New, and then you can copy a part of the screen. Please don't give me like the whole processing window. I don't care about the X button in your screenshot. I don't care about the file menu. I just want to see your code in the screenshot. So when you use the snipping tool, you click and drag over a part, and then if you hit this this sheet of paper up here, notice when I mouse over it, it says copy. If I click on that, it'll put it in my clipboard, and then I can just do a right click and paste, and boom, there's my screenshot of my code. I said be sure it's readable, include multiple screenshots if it's necessary. If your code is 100 lines long, then you're probably going to have to do multiple screenshots instead of tossing in one screenshot that's completely unreadable. Does that make sense? Okay. The other way that you can do a screenshot, if you can't use the snipping tool for whatever reason, in Windows at least, you can do Windows key, Shift, S. At least on these computers, and it pulls up this menu where you can just click and drag over something and it automatically puts it into the clipboard, and then you can paste it. So Windows key Shift S is another way to do it. Since I just demonstrated it and I'm recording a video of me demonstrating it, I don't expect any questions on how to take a screenshot. Why do I want a screenshot instead of just a copy and paste of your code? Well, when people start copying and pasting code, I find that instances of plagiarism seem to rise. So that's why we're doing screenshots and not just copying and pasting the text of your code. So that's the first thing you do, is a screenshot of your code. Then I need a screenshot of your flag or social justice flyer. Again, you can use the snipping tool. If I click Run, I can do, again, either use the snipping tool, do New, and I can just click and drag over the flag. I want the flag only. Don't give me the bar up at the top that says sketch blah 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 blah. I just want a picture of your flag. You can copy it. I know my flag's terrible. I know what you're thinking. My flag's terrible. I agree. It's awful. So you can copy and paste it that way using the snipping tool. Or again, if you just hit Windows key on your keyboard, Shift S, it pops up this like menu, it grays out your screen, and then you can just click and drag across the screen and put in your screenshot and paste it in that way. So, 2 things I mentioned so far. I need a screenshot of your code that's readable. If that means multiple screenshots, it means multiple screenshots. Don't ask me how to do it on a Mac. You're going to have to figure out how to do it on Mac. I provide Windows PCs. If you guys are doing it on Mac, I don't know how to do it on Mac. You're going to have to find that out. Then I need a screenshot of your flag, just the flag. Don't give me the ugly bar up at the top. I just want the flag or your social justice flyer. Lastly, I need at least a paragraph explaining the design elements of your flag. And why did you choose specific components, including colors, symbols, placement, etc.? You're going to write a paragraph, and I require you to cite, I'm trying to remember how many sources. Hold on one second. I require citation of at least 2 sources. Now, those sources could be a lot of different things. The sources might be you use the processing reference materials, so you could cite the processing reference materials. Your source might be you use the color website that describes why you colors and why they're chosen, or design elements and why they're chosen. You might have used another website. You might have used another flag for inspiration, and you could cite where you found an image of that flag. You could say that you liked, I don't know, to do some activity when you were younger, and you could cite a page that has images of that activity or something like that. But you need to cite 2 sources. Now, if you're like in the writing center and you want to do a proper in-text citation and a bibliography, that's okay. I'm going to show you all I really require. Let me say, let's say I use the stroke weight function and I didn't know how it worked, so I had to go to the processing reference materials. I might say something like, to make the lines thicker on my flag, I use the stroke weight function, which I learned about from the processing reference materials. Now, in Google Docs, there's a very, very easy way to cite sources. If you go to, hold on, give me 1 second, it's been a minute. If you go to, I've got a video of me showing this as well. If you go to like Tools and Explore, you can just do a Google search for processing. I don't know why this just happened. Excuse me, get out. You can do a search for processing reference materials, or just processing reference. If I search it, it shows me it there, and I can click this citation button and it will cite it as a footnote, and that is good enough for me for a citation. I'll demonstrate it again. Let's say I used one of the websites that I put up on the classroom about the colors, like this one, colors as symbols in flags. Let's say I used, what color did I use in my flag? Blue. Let's say I used blue, and I'm saying I chose blue because it says it represents peace. So I'm going to say something like, I also used blue in my flag because I like being by the water, and blue represents peace, a quality. This is a stupid sentence, but I'm just giving an example. A quality that I represent and stand for. Okay, and then, so if I want to cite that sort, oh my gosh, you can just click Explore down here. That's amazing. I didn't know that was built in as well. And if what was the name of that website? The name of that website was Enchanted Learning Flags. I can go back to my template here and I can type in Enchanted Learning Flag Colors. And colors as symbols in flags. I just click this cite as footnote button, and boom, there's my other citation right there. That's good enough for me. I know the Writing Center people, AP English people are probably cringing right now, but that's good enough for me, those citations. I know. I cringe every time Mr. Foster cites it that way. Well, I'm so sorry. That's all I require for your citation. So essentially, mission number 1 today, try to get your flag done, because you can remotely do the document, obviously. But the screenshots and stuff might be a little bit tricky. If you don't finish your flag today, you're going to have to save it and download processing at home. How do you do that? You go to processing.org. Over on the left side, it says download. You click on this download button over here, and it's a free download. Jeremy, you downloaded it on your Windows PC. Was it hard? No. Julia, you downloaded it on your Mac. Was it hard? No. So you just click on the file, you click on whatever system you got, and you download, you install it, and blah, 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 if you need to work on it at home. You'll notice that on the classroom, I made this assignment due April 5th. That's Sunday, the day before we come back to school. I want it turned in the Sunday before we come back to school. The way that you will turn it in is after you're done with your template. Let me just delete this crap. When you're done with, stuff, I don't want to get demonetized. When you are done with your document, you've got the screenshot of your code, the screenshot of your flag, and then an explanation of the design elements with 2 sources cited. I believe you folks up in the top right corner, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the top right corner, you folks will have a button that says, like, turn in. Is that true? Yes. Okay. So after you've completed this document with the screenshots and the explanation, the citations, you'll smash that turn in button by Sunday, April 5th, which, so Sunday, April 5th at like 11:59 at the latest, which is the last day before we're scheduled to come back. Some of you might finish it today. That's all I got to say about that. Any questions? Okay. Okie dokie, I'll get out of your way. Thank you for being patient with me and giving me the time so I can help you succeed. And I'll post this video if you forget any of it.